going on, all my gamers, all my Wuthering Waves gamers? So I have never really made a video complaining too much about something, but today I really wanted to get into something that I find to be kind of a problem in Wuthering Waves. It's just something that has stopped me. As you can see, this month and every month before this, I've only 18 starred the whatever this is, the Tower of Adversity, which that's a problem in its own thing. We could get into why I don't like Tower of Adversity in a different video. That's a whole different discussion for a whole different day. But today what I wanted to talk about is the ecosystem. Now, I have been wondering, what is really keeping me back from getting towards Tower of Adversity and all the other in-game systems, and it hit me as I was going through and trying to level my Camellia and get her to a place where I think she would be in a good spot, and that's the ecosystem. Honestly, as good as the ecosystem is, because it is kind of a little better than all the other ones, obviously it's not as good as Zenless Zone Zeros, and honestly, I think even Honkai Star. Okay, it's only better than Genshin's. Let's just say that the only thing it's better than is Genshin's. Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero kind of blow this thing out of the water. But I want to tell you guys why I think that this thing kind of sucks. And the first thing, of course, like I said, is I think the ecosystem just kind of overcomplicates and halts the end game. Right? I think the whole thing with trying to farm your echoes, it's just such a hindrance that it doesn't even make me want to farm or get to the end game. I think the traces are fine. The traces, although you need the materials, I think it's fine because mobs respawn daily and all you really need is to wait a week and then get to go fight the weekly boss again. That's totally fine. But the thing that I really don't like is the fact that you have to go out, and this is going to sound weird coming from someone who praises this game for not using a lot of the features of Hoyo games, but the thing that I really don't like is that you have to kind of go out of your way and farm the echoes from the mobs in the overworld. And the reason why I think this is kind of dumb is because it kind of gives you two different chances to lose, if that makes sense. So one, you have to roll the main stat. Of course, that's the normal part. That's the part that I am okay with. But you have to roll then the what do you call it? The echo stat as well. Like the echo itself won't come. Like if you go and you fight. What's that guy's? What's one of the elements? Havoc. If you fight one of the Havoc guys and you get a drop from him, there's a chance it might not even be a Havoc. I have one of the little ice ball guys. That's a Havoc piece. What? Like some of these echoes could just randomize it to another thing, which if it was in a domain where it can give you one or two or the other ones where ahead of time which one you're gonna get, I think that's totally fine. But when you're out grinding for hours, which echoes don't always drop, of course you can use food to have the rate only increase, not 100%, but the rate increase. The thing about it is it just man, I would rather just waste my energy in a domain than go around and just hours and hours and just hours of mindlessly killing mobs where they're spread out across the map because they spawn in different areas, and it's always one type of mob. And if you need a one cost, there may be one of them in an area or like three of them together. And then you kill them and you're like, oh, cool. Nothing dropped. Now I have to move on. It just seems obnoxious. Now, I do like the tacit fields when it comes to three costs. I think that's really cool. I'm all about it. I think when it just comes to one cost, or anything like that, it just seems so obnoxious that you have to go into the overworld. And even then, you might not even roll what you want. Now, I wanted to come over here to the data bank to get into the next part, which is the most obnoxious for me, is this stupid reroll system that it just... So you have to use 5, right? You reroll 5 echoes, and let's see if I even get anything good here. We're going to do this in real time and see if I get anything good. Nice. Oh, and I get an extra one. Arrow. Probably not going to use that on anyone. Spectro. Sweet. Okay. I just wasted 5 echoes that I took I don't know how long to farm. The thing about this, now, it's gonna this might not land well with some people, but I think that Genshin's reroll system unironically works better than this one, because I think Genshin's would actually benefit more in this one than it does in Genshin itself, where you can roll like three of the same artifact. Let's say echoes. Let's say you roll three of the same echoes, and then you get, I don't know, you roll three random echoes, and then you'll get a havoc piece. In this game, it would work a lot better because you could only have a chance to get a one piece, or a one cost, or a three cost. There's not the five other ones in Genshin, which is why I think it would work better here. Rolling for then it just cuts it down to, are you going to get a one cost or a three cost? As long as it's in the same, as long as it's havoc or something, I could figure out the rest later. It's just the fact that when I roll this, I'm going to get something random. It's going to cost me 5 echoes that I could have used. It just, I don't know, dude. This is so obnoxious. And I think it could be improved upon. I honestly can. And especially with the Wuthering Waves with the Kuro devs, I think they can make this a lot better. And I know they would too, because, they have listened. Now, one thing that I feel like would actually improve upon this, which is kind of like the Honkai Star Rail Zenless Zone Zero way that they do it, is you can kind of focus in on, you can even do this like the way the Zenless Zone Zero does this. You can focus in on a certain, what do you call it? Not main stat, but, the main whatever, like Havoc or something. You can do that, but it costs 10, right, instead of 5. As long as I'm rolling what I want, I feel a little bit better, because then I could just go into the overworld and then just farm all day long. I'll throw in 10 pieces instead of 5, and then at least I know that I'm getting something where it might be useful, it might not be. I might just need the passive at some point. If I need to farm for, let's say, Verena, all I need is attack, and then the healing bonus. The rest of it, you know what? It's up to the roll of the dice. The rest of it, I'm just gonna get the minimum. Good enough. All right, let's move on. And now you could see, I brought us back over here because this is another point which nobody I've ever asked has ever been able to answer me. I think this is the dumbest change, or not even the dumbest change, the dumbest implication in this ecosystem, which I'm like, hey, why doesn't this have this? Oh, no one seems to be able to answer me. Is the fact that, so I look at my what's her name, my Camellia, for instance. I have a 15% crit damage piece. You know what? Maybe I want to re-roll it. Here, we'll go into this guy. Oh, I don't have a lot of, I'll use this piece. Here, let's try to echo tune. Oh, wait. I can't tune a 0 XP echo with nothing thrown into it. I can't put it into this echo. So at this point, it's just used for re-rolling. I think that's just the dumbest shit ever. Why? Why can I not use, like, say, like, all these echoes that I don't want to use or maybe don't want to keep? Why do I have to keep these just here locked and just waiting in case I might want to use it? In case I might want to roll into it. Why can't I just, you know what? Here's the next one right here. This one has attack, echo, unlock, put it right here. Can't do it. It mind boggles me, and no one can tell me why. This is a better system. This is better. This is not better. This is worse. This is just so overcomplicated, and it just, I don't know. I don't like it. Me personally, I think it would just improve the game if you could just tune anything into these the 0 cost into a 0 cost, or whatever, tune a 0 cost into the other ones. Maybe give it less XP, give it less XP than the actual echo tuning material. I think that'll be fine. I think we'll make it. Chat, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we'll make it through. I think if they implement that change, we'll be okay. I don't think that'll be the death of the game. And another change that I would like to see, which has nothing to do with anything, and this is just for my, tiny Hoyo brain, is I really think that they shouldn't start you at 100% crit damage. They just start you at 50, just like the Hoyo games. But that's just a visual thing. That's just because I can't do math. Chat, I'm not going to blame Curl for my inability to do math. That's a me thing. That's why I don't really think that's a serious point. That's just me not being able to do math. That's not their fault. That's not nobody's fault. That's my fault and my fault only. Anyways, I want to know how you guys feel about this ecosystem. Honestly, if they just make small improvements to this thing, if they just put one thing that I ask for, which if I were to pick one of the few points that I made, if I were to pick only one, I would want to be able to tune zero cost echoes and use them as XP, because it's just really stupid that you can't do that. I don't care if it makes the other, the tacit fields or the other stuff. Just make the tacit fields give more XP, or make these give less XP. You don't even have to change the tacit field XP. You can just change these echoes XP to give like half. That's fine. I have like 1,000 echoes that I'm not using. They're just going to sit there and rot because I don't want to re-roll it, because I'm not going to get what I want. So it's just like, either that or the focus tuning. I think focus tuning would really improve this system a lot. Anyways, chat, let me know how you guys feel. I just want this change because, maybe I want a 30 to 30 the tower adversity. I probably won't do it now just because my characters don't do the damage. But, I think that with this change, it'll definitely improve it, because with every new patch, with every new character, I just feel like I don't want to do the Tower of Adversity, because it's like, well, they're getting more HP. My characters aren't up to snuff. Whatever. I don't care. I just think it'll make the end game a little bit more, how do I say this, casual friendly, because I'm a casual player. I'm not that fucking league player who's telling people what to do. Anyways, chat, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.